cooler.
Wow, wow, wow.
Water cooler. Water cooler.
Wow, 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 wow. Yo, welcome to Yo. Dawson with the immediate response. I like that.
I had to jump in. I felt it. I felt like you were talking to me.
It feels like I'm talking to you.
It does.
Because
I like
am
the
talking
seating.
to you.
Yeah, I like this.
Oh yeah, we. Okay, I didn't want to
So
get into it right away,
I
but
was saying, yo.
we have some breaking
Dawson's here,
news.
yo.
Big changes to the water cooler.
Here we go.
I'm sitting at the other side of the table now.
It's huge. It's fucking
Yes,
huge.
This is a big deal.
Don't play it off like it's not a big deal. You brought
I'm
the
just
other
saying.
TV into the mix, which was not ready or on.
deal.
You were 10 minutes
Good.
late as it was.
I like it.
You're just like lighting
is-
the world on fire.
I am agreeing with you, Gary. This is a big deal. Like, people are going to be telling their grandkids about this day.
My hat's off to you,
certainly will.
Brixton.
Yeah, Brixton. Dawson likes my hat because I just went to Lids yesterday and I bought this hat.
Let me guess a price. I'm going to guess a price.
It's not good, man.
Oh, really? I was going to say like $15.99.
What?
Double
What year do you think
yeah, I was
this
gonna
is?
say, when was the last time you were to live?
What the fuck is Brixton, though?
It's a clothing company.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a pair-
well,
a pair
How
of
much could a
Clash
banana
song.
cost? $10?
that's what it feels like this is going. Well, anyway, you know how the show goes. I, Chris Locksmith, kick with my Curl Digital Buds and Matt Fondelier in
Sure,
Texas.
right.
With me today,
Yo.
Matt Fondelier in Texas.
What's up?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, brother.
Oh, and Mike in studio, Mike
Hey, what's
Dawson.
up?
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up?
How are you?
Am I that delayed?
The
Jesus
delay
Christ.
is strong.
And,
Major delay.
and next to me, Gary Smith.
So what's up?
Hey. All righty. Well, yes, Gary, I was at a Lids yesterday. The hat store still exists.
Lids.
By the way, I don't think Disney stores are still around, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they are? Okay.
The less and less.
I
The
think
one,
so.
The one in my
No.
mall closed.
Yeah, the one in Glendale closed too, and I think they
Last
closed
time
the
I was
Disney
in
stores.
one was getting princess shit for my niece, and that was 3 Christmases ago, probably 3 Christmases
Well, you didn't buy
ago.
enough stuff, Doss,
Yeah,
because
maybe
they
I
had to
didn't.
close down.
Yeah.
I know
didn't
that
get
they-
enough princess shit.
I know that they still exist at Downtown Disney, which recently saw an abrupt shutdown of La Brea Bakery, which has been there forever. They just announced
Oh.
on Facebook yesterday that today is our last day of being open. We're out.
Just
The
'cause
breakery.
the costs,
I don't know, man.
the rent. Yeah, Downtown Disney is basically
Not
just
enough
a big
dough.
Disney store. Yeah,
Count it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
And Dawson's
I'm
doing the
gonna
money
wait for
thing with
Matt
the
to
dough.
respond.
He'll respond tomorrow at this rate. Oh my
Got a
God.
sundial?
Yeah. All right. Well, I did go to a Lids, which is the hat store that's been around since we were kids.
Sure.
Kids at Lids, and I don't go to Lids is very often. I'll
Lids
be
is-
honest. Yeah, I don't. I'm not a consumer of Lids.
Lids.
or Lids. Yeah, but I had to go to the Apple store, Gary. A little tech talk. My phone.
Why don't you get a hat there?
I should. Do they sell hats?
got a hat
No,
there.
I know they don't because Gary would be wearing one right now.
Oh, okay.
My phone. I have the iPhone.
Oh, you do.
My phone.
My it stopped charging intermittently. Like, so there'd be moments where my phone.
You try plugging it in?
That was
guy.
pretty close.
Can't play that on the delay.
Yeah.
That was this is kind of on now. I'm not sure.
Matt's like, Disney
not
stores are
sure.
closed, aren't they? So my phone has stopped charging randomly. Like, sometimes it would charge, sometimes it wouldn't, depending where I plugged it in or what cable I'm using, whatever. It would just happen, and it would happen every once in a while for about a month, where I thought, all right, I can put up with this. It'll charge later.
It'll
I'm fine.
charge when it charges.
But then it started getting dangerously close to dying, like at 4%.
Do you have a tool that you tried to use to correct this?
Yeah, my brain. What I did was
We're talking to the dude who sucked on AirPods to clean them. I don't
true.
know what he would do with a jack for charging his iPhone.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what he put in there.
Why'd you have to say Jack?
Isn't that what it's called?
If Matt's Zoom connection was an AirPod, I'd suck it. Like, this is getting crazy. Well,
Wow.
anyway. So
It's good.
the
That's commitment.
thank you. Well, so yeah, you're right though. I did go into the lightning port, and I didn't suck. I blew. I was trying to, like an NAS cartridge, like just trying to blow all the stuff out.
Yeah. Got to
the
play
work-
RBI, bro. Got to play RBI.
And then I just go to support. I type like my charger. My phone's not charging anymore, and they said go to the Apple store.
Okay.
And I do have the Apple Care.
Okay.
which is nice, right?
Same.
And I'll be honest, I've had to switch out phones before going in there, and they and so I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get a new phone. They'll just switch it out because this is obviously not working anymore. So I go there. This guy walks up. He does his diagnostics test. He takes it to the back. And by the way, he does this weird thing. It scares the F out of me because, I mean, look, Apple, I trust your employees and everything, but he's like, can you unlock it? And then we take the phone to the back.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's weird, right?
Why do you need to unlock it? Like,
Yeah, he needs it unlocked.
Because they're probably going to do some
Tests.
stuff that you can't watch this. If you see this, you can't unsee what they're going to do to your phone. They're going to violate your phone seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, when you take it to the back,
Yeah.
you're going to hear screaming.
Yep.
It's going to be, everything's going to be
You
fine.
put a mushroom stamp on it.
Yeah, that was a weird marking on my phone after. But yeah, I didn't like that he had to unlock my phone and take it to the back.
Right.
But look, you work for Apple. It's fine. It's not like I've never had stuff stolen from me.
Right.
yeah. You figure if there's anything you're good at.
I'm a very trustworthy person or trusting person. So I unlock the phone. He goes to the back, comes back with my phone. And by the way, multiple times too, you got to keep unlocking it. This thing has to stay unlocked as we do all these tests. And he's watching me type the code in, and now I'm starting to get suspicious. But whatever, I'm getting a new phone. Let's finish this. So he goes, "There's some pins in your charger that are bent." So it's like, so we are gonna have to, and I go, replace it, and he goes, no, repair it. And I go, oh,
How long does that take?
that was my first question. How long does that take? About 90 minutes.
Ooh, so I got to go to Lids.
Just enough time for hat shopping.
That just half the amount. I thoroughly hat shop when I go.
Right.
But I said, all right, if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. He's like, great. So he runs one more diagnostic test to say that he's going to repair it, and my phone's not responding. And then so just off that last test, he decided, okay, we're gonna have to replace this whole thing. Sorry. And I'm like, awesome. Now I could get out of here in like 10 minutes after he replaces the phone, and I can be on my way. But Chris, you're wondering, where does Lids factor into this?
Where does Lids?
I've
factor
definitely
in?
been wondering that.
Matt's
Well,
been
it's
wondering
close to
it
the
this whole
exit
time.
of the
For
mall.
several minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so I switched the
It
phone.
was either Lids or Cinnabon.
Oh, I'll tell you exactly everywhere.
I can't keep looking at Matt for a response.
They
'cause-
have the Cinnabon.
Turn
there,
that
too.
TV off.
So I get the replacement phone, but you have to like download everything from the cloud on your replacement phone.
Yeah. Takes hours.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So I realized that I did lose in the end because I had to wait for this all this stuff to download on my phone. It wouldn't even let me open it. And look, I know the way home. I know the GPS, but I thought, how long? It says estimated time remaining, and it says TBD. Like it's gonna let me know in a second.
Yeah.
It could be 3 minutes. Who knows?
It's not.
It wasn't.
No.
So I was just waiting for it, just glancing at it. My phone's still frozen. I thought, I'm gonna go to Lids at the corner.
Right.
Well, I'm just gonna walk around really, and then I saw Lids, and it pulled me in with their
That's why you
tractor
go to
beam.
Lids.
Yeah, they got me.
Yeah.
And I haven't been to a Lids in a while. For those who don't know, which I'm sure everybody does, I mean, there's like 5 of them at the Mall of America. Lids is a cap store.
Why do they need 5?
I don't know, but it was weird when I went.
That is weird.
There's too many.
What if a
They need
basketball team comes in and they don't want to shop together?
Oh yeah, they don't might not.
True. What if anybody comes
Oh,
in
that's
and they
true.
don't want to shop together?
Yeah, but I was thinking of something that's specifically 5.
Okay.
That does help.
That's true.
Regardless,
True.
they need to put a lid on the amount of lids at the Mall of America.
Count it.
Too many.
Oh,
So I go in and I'm thinking, I do want a Dodgers hat. I have my Dodgers hat is gross now. I've had it for years. It's time.
that World Series one? The one where they won the World Series?
No,
You
it's
got a
just
hat?
standard LA.
No.
You're going standard LA.
See, that's the thing. I do have the World Series one, Matt, from when they were a sponsor of the show. I don't wear it because it's just flaunting. It's a little too much. They're on the side, so it has the LA on the front of the hat, but on like the right side, right above your ear, is an even bigger World Series champion
Right.
logo.
I have the exact same problem with an Angels hat that I got. I believe it was a gift, or maybe I bought it myself. I can't remember, but it's like the 35th anniversry of the stadium and the team being there. So, but it's bigger than the World Series one you're talking about. But it's not an achievement. It's just like we exist, and I cannot bring myself to fucking wear it. It's a beautiful hat, but it's like so dumb.
Yeah, the side logos on these hats are crazy because on the left there's a New Era logo. That's fine. It's small, but the right, it's like having a tattoo on your scalp. It's so big.
Yeah.
And it's more prominent than just the LA on the front. And these are all the Dodger hats there. And I just thought I can't buy a Dodger hat right now. It's just too crazy on the side. And then I look at other sports, other teams' hats. They had Lakers hats there, but it was all over print. Like they had just logos all over. It looked like a NASCAR. Like the way that these hats are styled. Like who are buying these hats? Where it's just every angle. It looked like one of Kaylin's T-shirts, right? It's just like there's too much going on, and it's giving me anxiety. There's just too much. I need some blank area.
You need a little bit of canvas, empty canvas. You can just keep empty.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yeah, it'll draw your eye to the logo.
See, Matt gets it. Matt in Texas gets it.
Yeah.
Why can't Lids get it? So I'm looking around and I just see this hat, Brixton. Which
What's up,
Dawson
Brixton?
has now made my new nickname.
What's up, Guns of Brixton?
Which I'm fine with it. It's not a.
No, it's not offensive.
Yeah.
I can't tell from my vantage point. Is it bricks with an X or CKS?
X.
Brixton.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't approve.
TONTEN?
ON. It's a clothing company.
Not what I would've gone with.
Pretty well known
Okay.
clothing.
What do they
company.
make?
I think they make men's fashion.
Not what I would
Men's
have gone
fashion.
with, he says from Texas.
Okay.
Well, Matt, look, he can still have his opinions all the way in Austin. But this was the hat that was the most plain looking hat I could find that I thought, okay.
Non-offensive.
Non-offensive.
No one's going to talk to me about it.
'Cause all my other hats
and
are
then
trash
you come
or
into
dirty.
work and I start calling you Brixton.
Yeah.
It backfired on you.
It really did.
Really backfired. You were getting a lay low hat, stay under the radar. Nobody look at me. I just need a hat for a hat's sake.
Yeah.
Now, when you were
And
walking
now here
around
we are.
in the Lids, did you know you had a tight 25?
No.
No, you didn't know that this was going to dominate the next show. Like it wasn't apparent to you while you were browsing through
Not
the
until
different hats?
Dawson called
thought
me
that was a
Brixton,
hat
where I
size.
felt like I had to
I thought a
explain.
tight 25 was a hat size or something.
Before we wrap up Hat Chat, which I'm really enjoying, I do need to ask you again, because I cannot tell from here, is it a fitted cap? Is it a trucker cap? Does it have that awful little strap like a child's belt? What are we working with?
I agree with those
It's
awful
a
little
snapback.
Which is the awful
Snapback, there you go.
Weirdo.
It is the child's back one. Yes.
No,
the child's belt one.
I think what he's talking about is sometimes you
It's a
get like
buckle.
a buckle with a piece of leather
yeah,
that you can like
that's the
cinch
one.
down.
I did get one of those too.
The coach of the Lions was fucking, that's his hat of choice.
Yeah.
He runs out wearing one of those. And I'm
Well-
like, that's a pretty sweet hat. And then you see the back of his head and see that buckle thing. Be like, oh, dude.
I did get
That
one of
hat
those.
sucks.
I did get one of those too. I got two hats. I didn't think I was going to bring this up, but yeah, I got another hat. The other one
Which
was,
hat you get?
The other one was,
Subscribe to Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler for episode 2 of Hat Chat.
not going to be worth the tease, but all right, I'll do it. I'll hold off.
Hey, shut. You don't know. You don't know if it's going to be good.
That's very true. Well, anyway, that was Hat Chat, everybody, and the phone did take like 2 hours to
Oh,
tell
Kalen's
everything.
not here.
I want to add on to this hat chat.
Flicking the bean.
Oh,
The cool thing about Lids is you only go to Lids to buy baseball hats, baseball caps. So that's like you're buying a piece of the uniform. You know? I dig that.
yeah.
Otherwise, just get your hats for free.
Oh, 'cause nobody else has like a job like you where you get free hats. So it's,
Well, you know, they get one of those jobs, everybody. Get
Oh,
a job.
get a job where you get
They
free
get you
hats.
free hats.
There
and
you
then,
go.
you know, find them that fit and then throw them in the closet. And then when you need a new hat, go to the closet.
yeah, there you go.
Go
That's
to
the move.
Lids and buy an English D, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely walk in and ask for it just like that.
Give me the English D, baby. Baby, English D. Hope a loop.
Oh, and by the way, so when I switched out the phone, he's like, "Okay, now you have to do some things on your old phone before you leave." And I go, "Okay." So he goes, "Unlock it again." I unlock it. He goes, "Okay, now you have to turn off Find My iPhone."
Right.
Okay, done. It's like, now it goes to settings. Now click erase all settings. I click erase, and the thing's loading, and he goes, "Yeah, this takes a while." So, I mean, you could just go.
Did you go back to lids?
You waited, didn't you?
I waited as long as I could, but this thing he's like, yeah, for some reason this takes forever, but I mean, you could just get out of here. You're all done. And this thing's like circling, like about preparing to erase iPhone. And I'm like, it's not like I have anything really to hide, but there is a lot of like my personal life on this thing.
So wait, they had to erase it. Were you going to take it with you? Were you going to take it with you? That was it. They said,
well,
your
we had to
phone's
switch
going
the
to
phone.
erase.
So your old phone with all your old pictures, all your old texts, everything, your entire life
Right.
is coming with us. So you clicked erase.
With
so,
Apple, right.
Yeah. So you clicked erase. So technically,
But they've already put everything on a new phone. So they didn't really fix your phone. They just replaced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's like, okay, so I mean, you could just go. You know, I got other customers to tend to, and
I don't like
I
that.
don't know how to tell this guy. You're nice. You're a nice guy. Yeah, look, you work for a prestigious company. I just don't trust you because I just met you.
Yeah.
I just met you.
Yep.
So I found that pretty difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's uncomfortable, but it's also one of those things where it's like, if there is anything in the world you should be protecting, it is your cell phone. Like all of your whole life is on there.
Yeah. So I left because it was taking forever. So if I tweet something inappropriate or if
We can't lose any more people.
scandalous photos of me
The Apple guy.
put out, then yeah, we'll know why. That it wasn't really me. All right. Well, anyway, I just came back from Philly.
Yeah, how was that, man? How was the weather?
Did you get a cheesesteak? Tell me you ate a cheesesteak. Tell me you had a Philly cheesesteak.
He had something. I saw a picture that
Weather
looked
was great.
fantastic.
Philly cheesesteak was better.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
first off, shout out to all the Bobo boys in Philly. My God.
Really?
Getting barked at. Everybody. They love this show. They love this show.
Gotta get out there.
So, yeah, Philly is sneaky awesome with food and drinks. Like the choices there. Like they have something for everybody. It really is an incredible city, and the people there are hilarious. Like I love Philly sports fans. Are probably my favorite sports fans, just because. So on the ride in, we took American, and it was one of those big jets where they have like 3 seats, aisle, 3 seats in the middle, aisle, and then 3 seats at the end, right? So
Right.
3,
Oh,
3,
yeah.
3. And when Emmy booked the flight, he booked me, Adam, and August shoulder to shoulder in the center, in the center aisle. And for some reason, I just felt it like about 20 minutes before boarding. I already went past security, went through everything. I felt this urge to just look at the seat map to see what kind of plane we were getting on, because there were a lot of people. And I was like, what kind of plane is this? And I opened up the seat map, and the row behind us 3 is completely empty, and the row along the window completely empty.
Jesus
And I could
Christ.
change my seat.
Did you?
So I did.
Good.
I changed my seat to take that window seat and have that whole aisle.
Smart.
Yeah. And that's what I did. So Adam is just sitting in the center aisle with August, who now have like spaced out a little bit because I'm not there anymore, and he's just looking at me, just stretching out all the way on these 3 seats, and yeah, he's just a little bit of jealousy. It was fine, and now I turn on the screen in front of me, and I'm trying to watch a movie, and one of the first movies that pops up, Invincible, starring Mark Wahlberg as Vince Papali.
Okay.
True story.
Fantastic movie.
Never saw it.
Oh,
Really? Dawson, you would love that movie.
dude, I almost cried on the plane.
Yeah. It's
It
a
was powerful.
great movie.
Yeah, it's so good. So really got me in the mood for Philly.
Yeah.
I loved it. And so we land, and also, by the way, one of my favorite videos on the internet, which I'll circle back every like twice a year, is there's this guy in the news who was catching babies out of a burning building, and it was heroic. And the news people are asking, like, what was your experience? Like, oh, I was just out there and I was catching baby after baby as they're throwing them out to me to save all these kids from burning alive in this burning building. It's like, yeah, I was catching baby after baby, unlike Aguilar. And it was great. And then he just goes back in the story because he's talking about...
Not to correct you, but he does. You tried to do it, but anyone who's not watching on video, this guy says, unlike Aguilar, stops and does a fucking office turn to the camera,
Yes.
rolls his fucking eyes as though he's rolling his whole body, and then looks back and keeps talking as though he hadn't done it. It's my
saw
top 3
that.
favorite videos ever.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Matt's coming back. I'm gonna go let him in.
Okay. And And so I love Philly sports fans. I mean, gosh, they eat horse poop. They climb. They have to grease the poles. Like they're their own thing. Philly fanfare is its own thing, and it's beautiful. They're all Eagles fans out there. Well, most of them are.
I don't understand what eating horse shit has.
Oh well, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they were partying so hard, and there's a video of a guy just partying and raging so hard that a horse shit
takes a shit and then eats
he
it?
went and ate it.
I guess I can respect that.
Oh, Shea Fondelay's next, by the way.
I guess I can respect
And that's
that.
what's on the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, I can respect that.
you can, right? Yeah. So Philly fanfare is its own thing, and I love the people there. They're all great, and so we go, and I'm thinking I need a Philly cheesesteak. I got to get one. We're all thinking it, right? So we get all these
I'll be on
recommendations
too,
of where
yeah.
to go, and which is it's like going to Chicago and getting your Italian beef, right?
Sure.
You just got to get this sandwich,
Right.
and
There's nothing like staring longingly across the street at the Italian beef place while eating Hungarian food in Chicago.
yeah, well, welcome, right? And we do this all the time. So now I've started to make it my mission to just I'll hang with Adam in August wherever they want to eat, and then I'll get what I want to eat later because I want a taste of the city. How often do I get to come here? Like I want to do this. So I walk around on my own because they like to eat lunch late. Then at 2:00 I get the call, and I'm like, I've wandered about I don't know a little less than a mile outside of where they are, and they go, "We're going to Cleaver's, this place in Philly, by our hotel, but it was recommended to us, and we're getting some Philly cheesesteaks. Head over there right now." I go, fine. So I leave wherever I was at, and I start walking over. And about halfway over there, August gives me a call. Hey, we saw a diner on the way to Cleaver's. We're going there instead. So meet us there.
Oh boy! And you want the cheesesteak?
And my head has just been cheesesteak this whole time.
Yeah.
So I said, fine. So I sit with that diner. I order a Bloody Mary, which it was delicious. It was this place called the Continental. Adam orders his Denver omelet, and August orders some noodles because they're like a fusion place. And
A fusion diner?
yeah,
That's
It's very modern.
breaking the rules. That's breaking the rules.
You want to talk
a diner
about,
is a diner is a
rules.
diner.
So it was swanky. It looked like upscale 70s furniture, like all the booths connected to each other, like in a zigzag, and they had some chairs that were just hanging from the ceiling that you would eat, and you just feel like swaying as you're trying to cut your steak or whatever. Like they were swinging around.
Wait, what?
So there's these chairs that they had no legs. It was just suspended from the ceiling by like a rope.
Oh, like a big swing.
Yeah,
Okay, there
like
we
a big
go.
swing. And so people were eating on those. It was just a little too fancy. Then we finished.
It's not a diner. Diner has booths.
Yeah. So we finished eating, or they finished eating, and I finished watching. And then August goes, "Hey guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back." So Adam and I are talking, and about 8 minutes into this conversation with me and Adam goes, "August has been in the bathroom for a while, like a suspiciously long time." Yeah, and so now we're wondering where he is. August comes back about 4 minutes after that and just goes, "You guys got to see these bathrooms." And like something, like he's just amazed by these bathrooms, right? Like
He's been in there for 12 minutes?
yeah. He goes, you guys are not going to believe these bathrooms. You have to come down and look at them. And we go, fine, because they're downstairs, like in the basement. So we follow August in the basement, and what they have.
So 3 dudes
Also,
all
diners
go to the
don't have
bathroom
basements.
together.
Yeah. Well, what they have, so you go down into this room, and then you could choose either to go to the men's room or the women's bathroom. But there are these huge windows, about 2 to 3 times the size of this TV behind me, this large TV, and they just peer into the bathrooms. And you can just see the bathroom from the window in this, like right when you walk down the stairs. The boys' and the girls' bathrooms. You can just see right in them. And if you go inside, that is the mirror above the sink. And it looks, it's just a mirror. So these are 2-way mirrors in the bathroom.
But you can see it from the outside?
Yeah. You see, so
So you can see people taking a piss?
yes.
But only
you
like
see people
chest
in the-
up or whatever?
Yeah, in the stalls, in wherever. When you're washing your
Oh,
hands
I'd
and you're
love that.
looking at
I'd go
yourself in
put
the
on a
mirror,
show.
there could be a guy or a girl. You know, we'll make this fair for everybody. Just looking right at you, and you can't see because I put my eyes all the way into that mirror to see if I could see August, and I couldn't see him at all. But it was a perfect mirror from the inside the bathroom, and the outside is a perfect piece of glass.
That's pretty
So
awesome.
August is just like, can you guys believe this? How is this legal? And
That's
he's freaking
performance
out
art.
about it. And then It's like Adam are like, that is weird. And then Adam and I went pee. And then we looked inside of the mirror again. We come back out. And it's like, you can't see at all. And August goes, you guys are missing the show. And we look to our right. And there is a girl who just finished washing her hands and is now up close in the mirror picking her nose for forever.
This is in Philly.
Yeah, and she's just this young
What's
girl.
the name of this place?
Just thinks she's just looking at it's called the Continental.
Okay.
And she's just looking into the mirror, her face right up in the mirror, and she's just picking her nose this whole time. And I'm like, guys, we gotta go. This feels weird. Like I don't like this at all. Yeah, it was just, and then we leave. We go up. We see her walking around the street, and August goes, "Oh, there's a girl who's picking her nose," and that's what we're calling her now
right.
because that's like that's just what this is. It was just such a weird choice that we were bothered about it
awesome.
the entire trip. It's very.
I don't want to one up Chris's story.
Then don't.
Because I don't have the story, but Gary does.
Oh.
I need to introduce Gary's one-upmanship, which is I'll obviously have to let you tell the story about when you worked for that Entourage podcast. Was there not a double-sided mirror that featured prominently on many an afternoon for you?
Mirror. Oh yeah, no, sorry. Yes.
Am I losing my
no,
fucking mind?
You're absolutely not. I'm sorry.
Is there still a delay?
There is, but he understands
you're
what you're
absolutely
talking
right.
about now.
The former offices, no longer the offices of Action Park Media, were tinted in such a way that the whole front of their establishment, there was no sign or anything, but all of the glass was tinted in a way that it looked like it was just a mirror. But in reality, from the inside, it was just very darkly tinted.
Oh, yeah.
And it was on a very prominent street in LA, and a lot of like TikTok people and influencers or whatever would stop in front of that mirror and do ridiculous things. And they could be filmed from the inside.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that is a one-upper, Matt, because if you're on if you're looking at an external building, you see like a mirror, I'd still expect people to be on the other side of that who can see me.
Yeah.
Whereas
That's true.
In this bathroom, if you weren't paying attention walking into the bathroom and seeing these windows, you could the things you see.
That's just
Are you
wild.
liable for any of the crap that gets caught when you're doing that? Like, I don't even know. Like,
You are in California, apparently not in Philadelphia.
yeah, it was super weird. Anyway, and now Adam's like, hey, let's just get a beer somewhere, and I go, oh well,
Let's go to the cheesesteak
the
place.
cheesesteak place has beers.
Yeah, seriously.
So we go to the cheesesteak place, and Adam sits down. He's like, I'm so glad you're getting a cheesesteak because I want a bite. And I said, okay.
Fuck you.
And I'm like, all right, yeah, look, if you guys want to have a bite of cheesesteak, that's fine. These are big sandwiches. I probably can't finish the whole thing in one sitting.
Oh, bullshit. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You're a good employee, though.
So, yeah, fine. He's like, okay, great. So you're going to have to get the way I want it then. Which is, he is just so adamant that you cannot have it with fake American cheese or whiz. It needs to have the provolone, which is fine, right? I mean, provolone's a great cheese. It's great on sandwiches. But if you ask a lot of the Philly natives, not all of them, but a lot of them are like, no, you got to get it whiz wit, which means with whiz and with onions. Wit means onions. So I'm planning to get this one with provolone. So the guy comes up, and he recognizes Adam. He's very excited that we're sitting there, and he's like, "Anyone want food?" And I say, I'll take the food. I'll take a cheesesteak." And before he could let me continue, he goes, "Wait, you gotta get it with American cheese and whiz. You gotta." Don't you have to
How
get
they
it that
make
way.
it, however they make it, is how you eat
That's
it. You don't
exactly
tell
what
a
I said.
restaurant how to make something.
That's exactly what I said. So convinced the August and Adam to let me get it that way. Gets put in front of me. It's beautiful.
May I order my food now?
Can I please get the? Well, they're paying for it, so I'm not gonna complain too much. And I finally get my sandwich, and then they both take a bite. They're not impressed at all. They don't like it.
Good.
I, on the other hand, loved it. I loved it. And so I will always get my Philly cheesesteak with the cheese whiz or the American cheese.
Whiz-wit.
Whiz wit. Well, it didn't have onions. I didn't get the onions on there for some reason, but it was fine.
I've never
Still
been to
good, though.
Philly.
Still good.
Never been to Philly, and therefore I've never really had a Philly cheesesteak that's really, really good.
I hear Philly's best here
No,
is
there was
good.
one in Ventura. Philly's best is okay.
Well, from a guy from Philly, he's like, these are pretty good. These are pretty accurate.
You ever been to Philly's Best?
Yes.
Philly's Best loses a lot in transportation. Like when you actually go there and eat it, like it's a lot better.
And when these, people, they're definitely Philadelphians at the Burbank one, at least.
Yeah.
But there was this place in Ventura, like last exit on the freeway going to Santa Barbara in Ventura. And it was just this shack, and it's still there. Just pull off the freeway and get a cheesesteak there. They got their shit together.
Yeah.
You had one of those, right?
Yeah.
I got to tell you, out here in the fine state of Texas, there's a place that we go to that does the Philly cheesesteak, but they put queso on top of it. Sweet queso, which is like the most delicious goddamn nacho cheese you've ever imagined. And combine that with a Philly cheesesteak, some poblano peppers.
But it's no longer
I would
a
eat
Philly
it, but I would
cheesesteak.
never tell anybody about it. And I'd enjoy it probably.
What? Oh, you'd love it.
And then we flew Spirit home, Spirit Airlines. That was an interesting choice.
I heard about that. That's
my first time flying Spirit. I mean, obviously it has a reputation. I've seen all the World Star videos, and it was exactly what you'd think. I mean, they nickel and dime you for everything. Carry on, you got to pay. Obviously check bags, you got to pay. No complimentary anything, no waters, no coffees, no anything. You got to pay for all of it. If you want to, the seats don't recline and they're real tight. All the usual stuff. But we got through it, and it was an
Do
easy
they click?
flight home.
The seats click.
They click. I don't know. They just
No,
felt
they
like
don't.
Yeah, that was my memory of Spirit. They all just were clicking around. I thought I was going to die.
They're made out of plastic too.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're plastic.
There's no extra designs to the seats. It's like, okay, that's a seat, that's a chair, and there it is mounted, and that's how
like
they
a
say
folding chair. Yeah, it's just like a chair.
It's like a fucking folding
You're gonna
chair.
sit. You're just gonna sit. Don't think about getting comfortable. You're just gonna sit. And then and you'll love this, Gary. So right before takeoff, the person on the PA just goes, "All right, we're about to take off. We'll be there in 5.5 hours. Also, the Wi-Fi isn't working. Enjoy your flight, everybody." The Wi-Fi meaning like you can't connect to watch any movies or anything on your personal device. So
remember when that happened to me when I was flying during the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, you're gonna.
I had to fly during the Super Bowl. We had confirmed weeks in advance that there would be Wi-Fi on the flight, and they had us locked in that plane with the door closed when they revealed, nah.
Yeah. Now I know this is a public podcast, and I don't like to talk about my personal drug use a lot, but so right before this flight, I reach into my bag and I have a little gummy with THC and some CBD in it.
Careful with that stuff, man.
And I thought, okay,
You're
well,
gonna have a lot of fun.
no Wi-Fi, but if I eat this, I'll fall right asleep.
It didn't work.
So I take a
Maybe.
bite, and then I look at Adam and I go, "Hey, do you want a bite of this?" He's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a weed gummy. If you're trying to fall asleep, because it's still early. We had a late show last night." It's like, "Oh, I'm good, man. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I go and I put my beanie over my face like one of the guys from the Fat Albert cartoon, right? And I'm trying to sleep, and Adam just keeps poking me. I'm like, "What, dude?" And he's like, "You rolling? You high? What's going on, buddy? You high? I'm really worried about you. I mean, if your heart stops, I got to check in on you. I'm going to have to check in on you every 20 minutes. You know that, right? God. You rolling yet?" And literally, he did it for almost every 20 minutes. The whole flight. It's like, he would be...
Oh, my God.
Just like, hey, you tripping balls yet? Is that what you call it? You tripping balls?
Dude, that's you know.
tripping balls?
I don't know about you, Dawson, but in my head, I can now harken back to the moment Chris offered it to Adam, and Adam went, "Oh, this is what I'm going to do this flight. This is going to be fucking fantastic."
You keep it. I got my own entertainment.
I actually have something to do now for the next 6 hours and 45 minutes.
We should probably let the flight attendants know about this.
Just in
if
case
your heart stops, everybody's gonna know. We got to tell everybody. Like,
I wouldn't know what to do.
This I don't know what to do if your heart's fine. That's happened before. Like, we should be really worried about this.
Oh my God, that's great.
Do you know where you are right now? Do you know where you are? Do you know when you are? So it was just, and he didn't let up. He would fall asleep. And then like randomly just kind of come to and go, "You still rolling? Okay." And just go back to sleep. But that was that was my entire flight. So I didn't sleep either because he would not let me.
That's great.
That's pretty funny.
And that was my mistake for trying to be a nice guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was also really hilarious, and I was laughing a lot
very,
too.
very funny.
All right. Well, we do have a Shea Fond du Lait today. Wow, look at me just rhyming.
We could probably push it to the Patreon if you want. I feel like there's been plenty of food talk.
I did a Shea Filet already.
You kind of did, yeah.
Okay. Well, that was on the that's what's on the menu. You guys gonna do some
Yeah, there
comments?
you go.
Let's do it.
Now it's time for listener comments.
All right, and once again, these are all comments found within our Facebook group. And I suggest anybody who is listening to this join our Facebook group if you haven't already. All you have to do is just go to facebook.com/groups/Bobo Army Worldwide LLC. You answer a few questions and we might let you in. It's a wonderful place. My favorite place on the internet.
easy.
Too easy. All right. So this first comment, this was written by Casey Peters, who did our theme song, who actually did the comments sting that you just heard right now. And he says, my wife made me post this because we all know my wife made me post this because we all know
My phone.
she definitely doesn't listen. But
My knife.
what is the most nostalgic part of your childhood? And he gave 4 things.
Things.
That could be
4
nostalgic.
options.
4 options.
For like the poll.
Yeah,
Did you hear the
4
way he said
things.
things, though?
It was a little strange.
You've
4
really
things.
enunced that G.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
G.
So there are 4 things
Yes.
that Casey offers. 1, Super Soakers.
Thinga 1.
Thinga 1, Super Soakers. Thinga 2,
Thinga 2.
Nerf guns. Thinga 3, laser tag. Or Thinga 4, too poor to own those, so we did paper airplane fights. So Super Soakers, Nerf guns, laser tag, paper airplane fights. Super Soakers, by the way, big lead, almost over half the votes.
How do you have
Altogether.
paper airplane fights?
I never fought with paper airplanes, so that
It's
wasn't
like a competition, I would imagine. Like who can throw it the farthest. I would do stuff like that.
Well, that's not a fight though.
That's
But
not a fight.
I feel like paper
it's
plane
a fight of distance.
No. you have to
trying
throw it at somebody.
Yeah, it's a
Throw
kamikaze
it
type
at
mission
somebody.
where you're trying to give
Yeah.
somebody a paper cut.
All right.
Oh, what?
And then you squeeze lemon on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
no paper cuts, please. But I mean, you could put an eye out. I mean, my paper planes, like I did both the flat nose and the sharp nose because I was a designer.
Ooh, la
Oh,
la.
I
Flat nose.
I
Those
fancy
never
myself.
worked.
They worked. They were definitely.
Yeah, if you want to crash.
Oh, I was more of a stunt guy with those. Yeah, I wasn't really just a straight shot. They just flew beautifully. The Super Soakers, those are a thing. Those are
Sure.
a big old thing.
Hell yeah.
You go and you go to water fights, and some guy would have the one where you have like his excess
Yeah, the
water as a
backpack?
backpack.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw that, it was like, oh, you've reached boss level.
Gary Jr. has that.
Oh, he's gonna be intimidating. Then.
He's a nightmare. when he gets going with his water blasters, he will take you out.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You should do the hose on him.
You know,
Yeah, the infinite water blaster.
you gotta let him get a little bigger.
Okay. Just before you hose down your kid. How long is that?
I don't know.
What about Nerf guns? You guys into Nerf guns growing up?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Always love the Nerf guns.
With the
Yeah.
little suction darts at the end of them.
Yeah.
Try to, as a kid, you could, any picture, any portrait became a video monitor of the enemy.
Now, Matt, what's your current level of education on the Nerf offerings?
Well, I'm almost 40, so kind of stopped caring about it a while ago.
Well, I
but
suggest-
having said that, a good friend of mine, super into the axe.
I
They do axes with Nerf. I don't know if you knew that, Gary.
Next time you have 15 minutes and the aforementioned edibles around, go check out the current offerings from Nerf because they have adapted to the fact that you're now 40 years old and have money, and they've got some shit.
Interesting.
really?
Oh yeah, there's stuff for my son and there's stuff for me, and
Describe one of the things for you.
just the motorization of Nerf guns has just created an endless world of crazy possibilities.
Daddy, let's play Expendables.
Yeah, let's do that, kid.
Yeah, you know the gun that Mac destroyed the jungle with?
Yeah.
In Predator?
Exactly.
Yeah, they have that
Gatling
in Nerf
gun. Yeah,
now.
they do. They have that in
Yeah.
Nerf.
Yeah.
I believe that they have a version of it that's over $1,000.
Yeah, it's getting too crazy. And Legos too.
The Lego stuff.
We have not grown up.
I think I'm gonna probably have to get into the Lego stuff as soon as my kid does because there's some really cool shit.
Oh, I saw a Lego life-size Liberty Bell at the airport.
Yeah, I don't need anything that big, but
Crack and all. Let's see.
Release the Kraken doll.
Then what about laser tag? You guys?
I did laser tag once. It's lame, dude.
that shit never works.
Yeah, I don't
Doesn't
think it
work.
works either. I had a blast doing it, but
Laser tag needed to be done at a professional facility. Like the at-home version of it never worked properly, or at least it didn't right when we were kids.
When was the last time anyone in this room played laser tag?
I was invited. We're gonna go for my friend's birthday 3 weeks ago. We went to Knott's instead.
I played within the past 4 years, and I went with somebody. It was not my idea to go. I went with somebody whose idea it was, and who was taking it very seriously.
Good.
And then I ended up beating him in the standings. I came in second behind some 9-year-old, and he came in third, and it ruined his day.
That would ruin my day too.
Randy was pissed.
Randy.
Randy was
I
upset.
like how I knew who it was without you even having to say his fake name.
Yeah, well.
Did you guys ever get in a paintball? Was it like that ever thing? Yeah.
That was the thing.
I didn't like it because it hurt.
It did hurt.
Yeah. Were you ever into it, Toss?
I would have loved to go play paintball any fucking time, but no, never did.
Paintball was awesome, but the problem I always had was, I was going out there with like a rental gun or something, but then there was some like dude that's our age now who's got like a $4,000 rig.
Those people
and
took
it's
it
just
seriously.
Like this is not fair. This should not be fair. You should have your own special fucking category with all the other nerds that have the nitrous power.
I played in one of those games where they were like, I had an uncle who was super into paintball, to where he was like in paintball calendars. Like he
Okay.
was, and they had these guns.
Yeah.
And I had, yeah, I know, man.
Paintball
Dude, they
calendars.
existed, and he was featured in them. Like he was like a
Sure.
really good paintballer.
Go to paintballgi.com, incidentally.
Yeah.
and we would go, and he took me one time, and it just scared the F
Yeah,
out of me,
it's
because these guys had
terrifying.
some legit, and they had like tactics, and they would play like with real plans, and I'm like, I just want to fire stuff, and yeah, it's
No,
just
exactly. And I would be like, I got dropped off by my mom. Like, you need to calm down,
Yeah,
sir.
And there was one game where I was the last one left, just because I just hid the whole time, right? They're the most terrifying.
And they're
It
just
scares me
now
just
they're
talking about
hunting
it.
you. There's like $15,000 worth of paintball equipment between the three of them, and they're like, "We'll find them."
I see like paint on the wall. I'm like, if I rub that on me, I could just say I'm out, right?
I'm out, guys. I'm out.
Yeah, it was very, very too much anxiety.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sit with me. Laser tag though is fine for some reason. All right,
One
doesn't
more
hurt.
childhood activity that I feel is missing from this list: water balloon fights.
Oh yeah, those are great. And now, especially with water balloon technology, we can fill like
The
40 at once.
slingshots. Yeah. Oh yeah. The fill technology is unreal now.
Yeah.
Why didn't they have that? We had pieces of plastic when we were kids. Who did not think of that?
We didn't have chutzpah, Matt. We didn't have
Yeah.
that kind of mind to think this is what we need to fill these things in bulk. Yeah, because it was embarrassing, and the fun was over once all of them were gone. It's like, all right, well, I guess we could just dump this cooler on somebody. Like that's all.
Yeah.
That's all we have left.
Gary Jr. got really into water balloons about 6 months ago, and damn, is there a lot of trash. when
Oh
you-
yeah, all the scraps, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, even I love a water balloon.
War's
toss.
hell, man. What can I say? There's shrapnel left behind. That's part of why the water balloon is such an important tool for our young generation to learn the horrors of war.
Yeah, and we kill all those birds too, but it's okay. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think birds eat the stuff.
Or are real.
Oh yeah, birds aren't real too. Yeah, where's Kalen, by the way?
I don't know. I didn't text him. He might be waiting. I just assume he's in a pond
He
somewhere.
is. Yeah, he's probably knee deep. All right, let's see here. Joe Urbanek, he says, nothing tests your reflexes and hand-eye coordination better than when the toilet seat falls while you're standing up to pee. I know what he means. You catch it real quick before it crosses the stream, right? And that is a big deal because you're gonna have to wipe that if not. Something that I just recently stopped doing was flushing mid pee.
I just did that today, dude.
Why do you do it?
Because you just want to see. You want that perfect.
Yeah, you got to figure it
You
out.
want that
end it- you
perfect
wanna figure
drain
out
and
You're
not
ending.
gonna
You're
get it,
always going to be
and
in
you're
search of
gonna
it, though.
miss.
You
What if
always
you're early?
want it. And I was way early today. And did I flush again? No.
That's what
No.
I'm saying.
Just
We don't
tinted
need to
a
do that.
little bit yellow.
Mine was because in my primitive caveman brain, I think I'm saving time by flushing earlier. Like, okay, then I don't have to flush later.
Right.
But it's the same. It's like I
That's
wait.
insane.
It's like I have to wait for the
doesn't
flush to
make
be
any
done before I
sense.
can leave.
Yeah.
I know, but it was just my
That would
I
be
primitive
better
brain.
something,
flush
man.
it now, dude.
Yeah, I better
They
flush
fucking
now. Save me
pressure
some
lock
time.
the door.
Yeah, it won't open until the flush is done. That's
right.
Yeah, but it might as well. It might as well have felt like that.
Do you
Because
think girls do that, or is that strictly a guy thing?
Girls don't do that because they sit to pee. It's not a game for them.
yeah,
You don't think the girl can just fucking reach behind her and just slap that baby down?
But why would she do it? She can't see
The
the
same
pee
reason, for
going
the
down.
glory, man.
Slap
For
that
the
baby
glory.
down
No.
is what he said.
Yeah.
Slap that baby down.
It doesn't work that way, Matt. Not for girls.
there are
I think
games
we
like
need to
It's
ask
a
our
very,
female
very
bobos
visual.
out there.
It's a hand-eye coordination thing.
yeah. There's a thing too where you get a lot of you play games. Like urinal should have more games, right? Like drawing or like because
What are you gonna draw with?
we're gonna draw
stream.
it. You know what we'll draw it. And
It's like an Etch-a-Sketch,
yeah,
but you have more control.
Yeah, I wouldn't shake that.
So yeah, you can draw. You can write messages to each other. It'll be fine. And
Should
then
have two-way mirrors.
or because like look when you're peeing, like don't you play games with yourself like you try to clean stuff or
I pretend that my balls
Clean
are
stuff.
puppets,
Yeah.
and one is named Jimmy and one is named
Why did you
Roger.
ask? Oh no.
So that's the game I play.
yeah. See, Mike is
Hey,
able to-
Roger, here we are again.
What'd you do?
That's right, Jimmy. We're taking a pee.
All right, so our next
That's what they
comment.
do.
James,
Those are the games I play.
that's a good game. No, you're
a good game.
But there are games, right?
I
You know,
don't
guys
keep
don't do
score
that.
though. You know,
You're not like, hey, there's a hair in there, and I'm going
Right.
to move it around.
It's for the joy of the game.
You guys don't care? Like you don't do that?
Right.
All right. Well, more game for Chris. or that game at the fair where you have to squirt it into the bullseye, the water gun in the bullseye, and a
Now
balloon.
that I would play.
That'd
That
be
I
fun.
would do.
That's
Yeah.
why that clown is on your toilet?
How fun would that be? All three of us are peeing. I'm like, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Set. There's
But
there's a guy
they-
working it. There's a guy working it. Like this teenage dude that's just like, oh my god, you
And
guys ready
if
to
you
play?
fill it
With a
up, it
headset.
will explode on them.
Yeah, well, loser,
Oh.
yeah, winner really loses. That's what he's saying.
Wow, that's a great game, man. I'm gonna get that installed in my new bathroom.
Get installed in the
I'm
stalls.
gonna do a new bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in there.
Jamie,
Was the guy work by the hour?
Is your
or
dog
it
gonna
a
set
day
that on
rate?
fire too, or
Day rate.
it's a day
So I
rate.
can't figure that out. It would probably be flood related.
flood related?
But he lets his-
Yeah,
I think that's more.
Gotta keep him guessing.
Fire in the bathroom, not gonna really go that well.
All those
Smart.
stuff,
So
all those stuffed animals you win are gonna be gross too, though. Don't accept them.
Oh.
Alrighty. Jamie Foshi says, can we just take a minute and give some credit to the Boba Boys, Chris, Gary, and Dawson, who have dealt with a shitload of changes at Kroll Digital in a short period of time. People moving and quitting, format changes, new hires, travel schedules. It's a lot, so keep up the great work, guys. Jamie, thank you.
thank you.
Foshi for show.
That's-
Thank you.
Yeah, that's super nice of you, and we appreciate you noticing that. Andrew Coleman says, dropping an AirTag into every bag you plan to check is nothing short of brilliant. Gary for the win.
There
Dude,
you go.
I almost bought an AirTag at the Apple Store yesterday,
Yeah.
but I got lids instead. Got some hats.
What's an AirTag? Something you throw on something and then
And
you
then
can
like
find
the
it.
GPS. Yeah, the GPS. So Gary
Okay.
says, throw it in your luggage. Because Matt, remember what happened to Matt at Southwest? If he had a luggage
Good idea.
AirTag in there, he would have known where his bags were and which airport they were
Good
at. Because
idea.
they were not where he wanted them to be.
Good idea for a dog collar too.
Oh, dog collar? Yeah, just anything. Anything that can wander.
Nice.
David Paras. Maybe Paris?
That's yeah. come on, man.
Perris.
Give it a-
P-
If you were a substitute teacher, think of how much you just embarrassed that little kid. Pear ass.
That's a compliment.
All the kids were like, "We
Yeah,
never thought
kids
of
want
that."
that now.
we have.
What's up, Paris?
I guess
He just
so. It is
scars me.
2022.
but
Yeah.
Donkadonks are in,
These
man.
kids are all about
Yeah.
the cake.
They're all about
Still.
they want that. They want that shelf. All right. So David Paras, you're welcome, says. So yeah. By the way, turkeys can fly. The gobblers can fly, but only for a short distance. They're not very high. They sleep in trees. Wild turkeys only. But I just noticed some other geniuses posted this, by the way, too. Yeah, a lot of people were upset when I said I know turkeys can't fly. So blah blah blah. I guess they do fly, and I didn't know that. I thought they couldn't fly.
Now you know.
But if it's not for short distance,
They don't fly at 30,000 feet, people. Matt was taking the bird on one last majestic journey through the sky.
I would have if they let me on the fucking plane.
They can jump into trees. They can't fucking fly.
Right. What constitutes something that can
All
fly?
right.
Yeah, you know what, Dawson? Because if
Fucking
they can
smarty
fly,
pants.
I can fly.
Yeah.
I can jump
Exactly.
into a fucking tree.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could sleep in a tree. Does that mean I can
Fuck
fly?
you.
Yeah.
Turkeys can't fly.
But we can.
Yeah. Or turkeys can't fly, or we can.
Jesus.
Yeah, or we can.
Yeah, I like that. David Hundley. Yeah, a lot of people mad about that for some reason. Chill out.
Chill out. And you're wrong.
Read a book.
Read a book. David Hundley. I love how we're just talking. We're really losing a lot of, dropping a lot of.
Yeah, thanks for the
listeners
compliment, but
today.
it has been a lot lately.
David Hundley says, I went to Disney World a few weeks ago with my family, and everyone thought I was nuts when I told them that we shoved 4 people's clothes, 2 adults and 2 kids, into just 2 carry-ons. They kept telling me I should have checked in a bag, but hey, Matt's story confirms to me that I made the right decision.
You did make the right decision, but I want to. How old are these kids that you can pull off 2 adults? That I believe, but 2 kids for a week at Disney World?
Yeah.
Oof.
Maybe everybody's only wearing one pair of clothing for the entire week, and that's just how David Hundley runs his family.
Right.
You don't know.
But Mrs. Hundley probably said we have to pack something nice in case we go to a dinner. So maybe they brought 2.
Maybe. The Mouse family does need to be impressed.
We need more information on this AI, David.
Yeah, David, finish
Maybe
it.
he used an AI to pack and
Yeah.
decide what clothing he needed.
Maybe that's
Well,
it.
I'm surprised Matt's not more upset, like, whoa, no sous vide bag?
No sous vide bag.
What the hell? What kind of trip is this?
Well,
No
that
sous
is
vide bag?
actually, now that you mentioned it,
What's
I
you gonna
did sort
boil
of
meat?
assume you're just going to.
No, not sous vide.
souvenir,
Sous
man.
vide, like souvenir.
Oh, God.
A bag for
Read
all
a
your
book.
swag.
Right. Well, he's into boiling
I do
meat.
say
He
sous
could-
vide a lot,
Why
too.
couldn't he bring it with him?
And I do,
don't know.
and I do
His
put those
water's
things
off.
in bags.
What's a
yeah.
sous vide bag?
No
you know, in my world, we actually say words.
No, what are
we
you
don't
breathing?
we don't say sous vide meaning a souvenir, especially when there's something directly called that you cook food in a bag of water.
Dawson, drop it all.
Makes
He's
sense.
dropping all while we're breathing.
Yeah.
Don't breathe, yo.
No, I'm a breathing. Can't stop, won't stop.
Maybe
that-
you're breathing now.
Zach Danbury.
You'll be breathing later.
Zach Danbury says, "Turkeys fly, city boys."
Be bereaved.
Yeah, we live in a city. What?
Yeah, turkeys can't fly. Shut up.
Charles White says, "I'm a plumber."
Great.
That's not. So we're
Wow.
looking for one.
Are you local? Where's he live?
That is good advertisement, though, I suppose.
Yeah. Look, we just
Where's he
had one.
live? Yeah,
Yeah. Give us more
seriously.
info.
Where does he
man.
live?
Drop
Doesn't say.
a
Didn't
phone
say?
number or something, dude. We'll get you some clients here.
Yeah, seriously.
Jim Pettin and a lot of other people too, Matt.
And what?
We're look. We heard your story about missing Christmas and all that, but why not drive? A lot of people are wondering why not make the road trip if you really wanted to see your family that badly and get there for Christmas.
Which you had
Yeah.
talked about at one point.
I did talk about that. Yeah, that's right.
Well, more of a question because I missed the recap on this, Matt. But you wrapped 40 presents and then
No, 40 boxes.
40 boxes, and then you opened
While simultaneously.
on Zoom with the family, and
Yeah,
then
that's
you
correct.
opened the box, and then they told you did you actually look inside the box? I wonder what this is.
Well, Dawson,
And then mom and dad said,
first of all, subscribe to Patreon.
"Okay,
I did print out the contents of the gifts that I was aware of. So, at a minimum, my wife got to open a box and
Okay.
see a photograph of what was
Okay.
going to
All right.
eventually
Okay.
be shipped to her.
Okay.
But yes, there were also
That's
several boxes
all right.
that were
All right.
completely empty.
Okay.
And
a
no,
little
I did
better.
not go searching inside the box.
That's a
How
little better.
involved
I
are
like
you
it.
with the gift giving, Matt? Are you one of those people that like when you're giving your family gifts, you know exactly what they're opening? Are you the kind of the stereotypical husband that goes, "Oh yeah, let's see what we got you," and just like looking at your wife, like, "What'd you get them?"
oh, that'd be nice if I had that luxury.
Yeah,
Maybe Champ got him this."
I might be a little
That's
more
right.
calm too. Sadly,
No, I'm always aware, man.
you're always
Come
aware,
on.
involved.
Matt
Yeah.
strikes me as a very thoughtful gift giver.
He is.
He definitely.
Thank you.
Mike Saliba. He just wants to know everybody's foosball technique. You spinning or you not
That's
spinning?
cheating.
Nah, you don't spin.
Spinning's amateur.
Spinning's
In
cheating.
fact, the real tables they got the plexiglass on top so that you can't even get the guy over if you wanted to. You ever played that way?
No.
It exists.
Yeah, I think isn't that what they had on Friends because they like use it as a dinner table too.
Maybe.
I don't remember. But foosball was never really my thing. I never really cared for it. I got bored
aight.
quick.
I don't mind foosball, but you only have to play one time with somebody who has made foosball their life to have it just ruined. It's just not fun when somebody who like can get up there and is just
Yeah,
a
I like to
fucking
watch those
wizard.
people play, though.
Yeah, it's
It's a
fun
lot
to
of
watch.
fun.
It's just not fun to play against.
Yeah, you're right. It just once you get demolished too, it's like I
yeah.
really wasn't having that much fun.
I don't
So
know. I
thanks.
can watch them play at the same time.
Who's making
I like
foosball their
playing 'em.
life? Of all those barcade games.
Well,
you got
Eddie from Philly.
foosball,
Eddie from Philly.
Foosballers, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
darts.
probably a guy
you
named
got
Marcus.
pool, you got air hockey. Maybe even Papa Shot. Will I throw that in there too?
You could throw that in there. You could throw what's the thing? That's,
Skee ball.
No, the like sliding.
Oh, it's air
discs.
hockey.
No, not air hockey.
Shuffleboard.
yeah.
Shuffleboard. That's right.
But there's like the bar version of it.
I love all those games. I love games, and I love going to a bar that has activities.
Same.
Yeah.
I was at a bar this weekend, and I was shocked to see that they still have dartboards, like working dartboards.
Like, oh, these are legit dartboards. I was
Nerf?
like, yeah, were they
No,
nerfed?
they were real, and like there was like some plexiglass up to sort of like protect the door that was nearby them, but like they were just straight up legit dartboards.
Metal darts.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's this video that's been going around of this dart game, like this professional dart game. I don't know if you saw it. It happened. I think it happened a while ago, but it was just like people were just going nuts. They're playing like it looked like like an arena. Like there's so many people watching,
Yeah.
and they were just these professional dart players just so accurate. Because obviously, I mean not obviously, but you don't always want to like hit the bullseye, right? You want to get like an exact score using like the triples of the 20s and the triple 19s and whatever. And one guy just misses it barely to get his exact score, and the other guy just goes behind him and nails it. And everyone is just like the announcers are crying. It was beautiful. You can if you just Twitter like dart video, it'll probably pull it up. But it's intense, and it makes me want to play some darts.
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh, what about that game where you have like a hook on a string and you just like let it go and it swings? And
That's the new one.
Has anyone ever seen that game in real life, or is it only
yes.
on Instagram?
oh, I see
No,
it.
they are all over the bars in Austin. I will. If you come out to visit me and I'm available, depending on how the family times out, I will take you to a place that has it.
Yeah. I've been there are a few places out here that have it too, and they're fine, they're fun, but it's just like you get over it after a while, and people are trying to walk through, and you're swinging this metal ring into their face.
I
It's
don't
not
like it.
nice. It's not nice. But look, we need our activities, right?
Yeah.
Because we can't just sit and have a conversation with each other.
No.
No. All right. Well, anyway, those are our comments, everybody. Thanks for writing.
Those
in.
are great ones.
Oh yeah, no outros. All right, you gotta go to Patreon to subscribe for those. But anyway, since we're pushing Shea Fondele to the Patreon episode, I think that'll do it for today.
Yeah, I think that will.
All righty, so why don't we go around and get our own plugs in, and let's let Dawson jingle some stuff real quick.
Sorry about that. That's I guess his mic is totally gained up.
Yeah, what do you keep in your pocket that's jingling so much?
That's a glass crack pipe.
I knew that was the answer. I just
What I
wasn't-
smoke weed out of.
It really is a glass pipe.
Yeah, no, it's just a
No,
weed
it's
pipe.
a glass
chillin'.
crack pipe.
It's a chillin'.
All right, well, Doss, what do you want to plug today?
So if you guys remember couple of years back, we got Gary forwarded me an email from a dude named Conrad
Oh yeah, I remember this so well.
regarding.
you talked
years
about
ago,
this,
right?
You
2
talked
years
about
ago?
this.
Gary
like 2
would
days
only
ago.
remember. Gary would
Gary
only remember
forwarded it
this.
to
I'm
you?
sorry.
Oh,
yeah. So
Yeah, I was just bringing this up. You're right, Chris.
Gary forwarded me this dude's a lawyer. Shit, why did I take off my glasses?
He's a lawyer. Gary, why don't you chime in?
Anyone else got a plug?
Corporate law real estate lawyer.
Okay.
Anyway, he was just fucking around and he's like, yo, Dawson has a LLC. I'm going to look it up. And he looked it up and like it was defaulted back in 2015 because of like one tax form that wasn't filed in 2015, 2016. And then, so My LLC has not been in good standing with the state of California for almost 10 years. Okay, so this
It's
became
just one form.
I've been filing,
For
but I've
10
been
years.
filing my taxes. I've been paying taxes on this for 10 years.
But it's like you had a library book that you just
Right.
didn't realize you had.
Right. Well, now it came to a head because I want to switch out of a big bank and go to get a business account at a credit union. And so I got an interview, and they're like, okay, what's your LLC? And the lady checks it and goes, ooh, yeah, I can't find any record of this. I'm like, oh shit, so this must be a problem. Anyway, my current so this guy Conrad, I contacted him. He checked out exactly what I needed to do, and about 8 months ago, sent me an email of all these things that I need to do. I tried to do them myself. I can't. There's no way. There's no fucking
It's a
way.
lot. Yeah.
So last week, I email my new tax attorney, my new CPA, and say, hey, I want to get this taken care of ASAP. Can you do this? And like today, I go into his office and sign the tax forms, and it's filed. And in another month, after all the paperwork goes through, Dos Angeles LLC is going to be back in business.
Let's go.
And it was just because of the good heart of fucking Conrad Stevens from Stevens and Stevens.
Is that part of his
From
CPA
Stevens and
fucking
Stevens.
Conrad Stevens?
So listen,
Just
No
because of
thanks to
Conrad,
Gary.
I was
just-
listening to that fucking story. It seems like there's another player in there who might
There is.
deserve a fucking
it's
thank
probably
you.
his brother. It's probably
Oh, yeah,
his
the other
brother.
Stevens. Yeah.
And they both listen to the show.
Yeah.
and,
Both those
Who's
guys.
the guy
At
that?
least
How
I
about
have
those
a,
guys?
at least I have a
Email.
fucking watch to make
If-
me
if-
feel better.
invented
If anybody
email?
needs
Thank that
anything
person.
related to corporate law or real estate in the Central Coast of California, Santa Barbara County, Santa
Anywhere in the
Maria,
805.
Anywhere in the 805, my boy Conrad Stevens can take care of you.
Dude, Conrad Stevens, everybody.
Thanks, Conrad. And like this is like a 2-year journey. Like Gary first gave me the email like 2 years ago.
So would you say that Conrad Stevens has
That's funny.
saved you?
He saved me.
Like solely?
He saved Dos Angeles, dude. I was
Conrad
rather
Stevens should
if
be
I had to do
credited
these
solely
taxes
for
on my
saving-
own, I would have folded the LLC and started
Dude.
another one.
Yeah.
because there's no fucking way
Thank
I was
you.
going to do any of this shit.
So all credit to Conrad Stevens.
no,
Let's do
H&R
it.
Clark
Oh yeah, him too.
is my tax guy.
Okay, but
fucking awesome.
But a lot of it. To
Used to be the
Conrad
drummer for the
Stevens.
Circle Jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, Conrad Stevens, let's go.
I feel like a real circle jerk right now.
So that's my plug.
That's a good. That's a good plug, man.
I'm very happy. Thanks, Conrad.
I think of him as a hero.
He is a hero.
He's just a true hero.
Yeah.
He saved Los Angeles. So
Yeah.
thank you, Conrad Stevens, for pretty much solely saving Los Angeles. All right, Gary, what about you?
I'd like to plug our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/watercooler. If you'd like to support us, that is the best way to do so. And I'd like to promote not forwarding emails.
As for me, this Friday I'll be playing a show in Encinitas, at the Roxy. At the Roxy.
Count it.
Sounded like you had a stutter there, dude. Are you playing in a show in Encinitas?
Encinitas.
In Encinitas?
Yeah, at the Roxy in Encinitas. So Loxy at the Roxy. I didn't
Roxy
realize that
in
till I was on
Encinitas.
stage last time. That I realized I could have capitalized on that in flyers and
I was
such.
gonna say.
Yeah.
That it feels like it should be on Instagram
Thanks
right
again.
now.
It's so great to play at the Roxy. We're Loxy, and I just went shit.
Are you going to wear the Brixton hat?
I should, yeah. Maybe I'll wear the Brixton hat. Who
Sweet.
knows? Or my super secret mystery hat that you'll find out on Patreon this week. Matt, what about you?
Oh, hat chat. I'll just second what Gary said. Please check out our Patreon.
Yeah. Yeah, check out the
Sweet.
Patreon.
If you're not already, subscribe to our Patreon. It is truly the best way to support us. It's the only way to support us, and it's half the show. So if you like what we're talking about, I promise you're going to like what we're talking about on those shows.
I agree, and thanks, Matt, for plugging the Patreon.
There
It
you go.
really
That's
means
my
a lot
plug.
that you would do that. You're like saving the show by plugging the Patreon, solely plugging.
You're the
Patreon.
Conrad Stevens of
Yeah.
plugs.
You really are.
Thank you.
Oh, that's high praise. All right, well,
I have
anyway,
been told that many times.
I'm sure.
For the record, I emailed him the link to get on this show.
All right, that's Water Cooler. We'll see you for Patreon later this week. We love you. Goodbye.
You turned me down.
See ya.
Let's hit that outro again.